G'day, Steeler Nation. I wanted to read some comments on the most recent press conference from Mike Tomlin, and they're kind of wild. It's preseason. I understand that some people out there, some fans, if you don't like Tomlin, that's fine. It's almost like 50-50, 60-40. If you don't like him, there's reason to, right? There was a bad game. If you're freaking out, though, right now, freaking out, and the world's over, and we lost a preseason game, and this, and that, and whatever, just calm down a bit. But I want to read some comments because I think this stuff is wild, man. It's a loss. The O-line sucked. Wilson sucked. Fields didn't look the best. To be honest, they didn't play good football. He was running around everywhere. It's very exciting. Fields running the football is very exciting. And Wilson was sacked 3 times and didn't have a good debut in the black and gold. But the overreaction is almost just as bad. And maybe that's why, because we're on social media. And also, by the way, thank you for checking out Steelers Nation Australia, my take on other people's take. But let's read some of these comments, man. These comments, they're just insane. So I've got it really blown up here, and I'm going to bring it. Here we go. So that's the comment I wrote so far, right? I wrote a comment there on the 17K who watched Mike Tomlin's press conference. I said, fire Tomlin. He's never prepared to play football. Then you go read more. Just kidding. It's preseason. You 46. Calm down. Right? I like the own one. Now, I've read some of these before, but I don't know what kind of order they're in. But let's read a few. So this guy says here, feels like an attorney since we had offense. It does feel a bit like that. It feels a bit strange. Honestly, I have no idea what Russ can do. Awful game. I believe awful game. Left tackle. I want to try and find some. Yeah, he's on here. The offensive line sucked all game long. Get that S cleaned up. I agree. It's not the best, but okay, listen. It's not the best, but look, it will hopefully get better. It should get better. It was a bad game. And sometimes you're allowed to have a bad game. All right, I want to find, well, I do want to scroll through, though, and find some Mike Tomlin, like Mike Tomlin comments, right? This bloke says here, what a joke. Why didn't they sneak third down? Maybe because they didn't want to get their quarterback injured. That's probably like one reason why. Here we go. More Tomlinisms. Why do I feel the Cowboys are the definition of insanity? So in reference to like maybe we're doing the same thing over and over again, I guess, with our stuff. Let's keep scrolling down. I saw them before. There was a lot of people. O-line is terrible. This team, here we go. This team has looked for the same for about 5 years now. They look unprepared in the first half consistently, and that falls on their head coach. And yes, I agree. There does need to be some accountability on the head coach. He does wear the brunt of the load, that's for sure. At the same time, though, it's preseason. It's preseason. Like it's only 2 games in, and I think people are starting to give up already. There's JV coaching here. Scrolling down, the more things change, the more things stay the same. It's Groundhog Day, by the way. I love that movie. It's a fantastic movie. This guy said he would be a sarcasm. Glad they accepted Tomlin. Going to be a great season. Lots of sarcasm. Here's one comment. I don't see what the big deal is in preseason. It's exact show of what's to come. Needs to be work on the list and basic fundamentals. Exactly right. Playing JV ball. Tomlin's an expert. Another Tomlin hate there. Can't wait for week 1. Atlanta Falcons stacked from top to bottom. I can't wait for week 1 either. This bloke here says, Jordan, he never has a team prepared. Why would you go on 4th down plays with low scoring? It pisses me off. We don't play smart. Okay. The reason why you go for it on 4th down is because you want to see the offense move the ball, move the sticks, and continue the play. The reason why you go for it on 4th down, in my opinion, being a Steelers fan for 24, 25 years, and I get told consistently on a basis that I'm not a fan, I have no idea. I shouldn't be watching the game. I should be watching Aussie rules football. The reason why you go for it on 4th down is because you can, and you want to see them execute the play, and you have another rep to try and get a first down. The points don't matter. The overall game and score doesn't matter. It's about situations. That's why you go for it on 4th down. Crazy to me. But you guys have your opinion. That's fine. Here we go. Oh, where is it? There's a few more that I read the other day. So I read today. Tomlin is in his cliches. Incompetence continue, and his new offensive coordinator seems clueless. 18 years. Here seems like 50. Oh boy. Looking forward to another great 9-8 season under mediocre Mike. Sure, glad we extended him, especially when Vrabel became available. I didn't know that bloke was in charge. That he was his name was Art Rooney. I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was in charge of choosing coaches out there. Right? Was there any chance that Mike Vrabel was going to be a coach? I don't think so. I never heard that name really sticking around. It's all well and good to throw names out there, but not happening. Blame. What? Who? Why? How many coaching? Who are you talking about? Probably Mike Tomlin. I love seeing. I did like this comment's great. I love seeing mediocre Mike comments from people that don't know football. It's preseason. Let's go back. It's preseason. Right? Remember last year? That was preseason too. I was overall hyped because Kenny Pickett and the crew in Canada, they're winning games 2-0, 3-0. And then we got absolutely smashed. Reality check. A huge reality check. The fact the 49ers took us down and they beat us 30-7. Huge check. Right? Not huge check from the 49ers. Huge check. Took us to town. I wasn't a believer in Brock Purdy, and he made me think differently about that offense. And I thought that TJ Watt could go into home in our stadium and take care of business. No way, Jose. Pickett got carved up. Our team got carved up. They put us into like a paper ball, scrunched up, and threw us in the trash. We got done, son. We got done. So now I'm not too worried with this whole preseason stuff because they can work out the kinks and figure things out as they go. Yes, we look bad. Offensive look bad. Team look bad. All kinds of bad. But we can hope there can be some good too. These comments, man, are funny. They're just funny. You read a few of these. Time to retire, coach. That's me. I like that one too. Time to retire, coach. The game has passed you by, and you got to realize that, right? Unlike. It's not just possession downs, Mike. It's trash O-line, no targets except GP. I think that the receivers will step up shortly. Don't worry about that. Where else is there was tons. 17 points a game last year is going to look like an offensive explosion. Whoa, people, you got what you wanted. It's going to be one of those years where defense scores more than the offense. People are freaking out, man. Steeler Nation. It's the Yinzer Nation is freaking out. This bloke says here, Tomlin, just go coach high school football since he's always saying JV and varsity ball. That's an insult to Mike Tomlin's intelligence, an insult to his legacy as the Steelers coach. Hurley dooly. Old Miss Rebel says some of these comments on offensive line are some people that have known nothing about football or this offensive line is young and will take time to gel together. Alrighty. Okay. Next one. Fraser. No, not that one. There's a few more. We've entered poverty. Oh, that's a good one. Wait a minute. We've entered poverty. Can you believe some of these comments on here? They're just wild. They're absolutely wild takes. We've entered poverty because we lost to the Bills 9-3. The score was 9-3. Right? We lose and we enter poverty. The whole world is burning down. Our Steelers season hasn't even started yet. We haven't even got our team of 53 getting ready to go to Atlanta. And we've entered poverty. I guess you just can't change some people. Here we go. Oh, that's not a bad comment. Hey, what's up with the Broderick Jones? My boy was getting bullied. He was having a really bad day. I agree with that. Alrighty. What else is it here? Keep going down. Let's see. Tomlin. Let's see. Pat Meyer, Tomlin Stooge, Terrell Austin, Tomlin Stooge. Questionable. Mike Tomlin team seen undisciplined, sloppy, never ready. But he's so effing great. Too many Stooges. The three Stooges. That's right. The Retro Phoenix 1970 says this team is in for a very long season. Tomlin needs to go. Mike Carra says lousy coach. Jeez. John Bruce says what an absolute disgusting performance. I don't want to hear about preseason. Doesn't matter. Last time I heard the Steelers went 0-4 in preseason. Everyone was a big deal. Oh my goodness. O-line, fix it. This team isn't getting any better on offense. Clock is ticking. Owner isn't waiting to see the same. Oh my goodness. Don't worry, guys. As long as they've told me of a non-losing season. Holy dooly. Just to the comments, just laughing at the comments. Oh my, blah, blah, blah. Coach, how many years? Nonsense with the list of non-playoff wins. Just good enough to play 500. Keep from having a losing season. Shame on Steelers owners not to make a change and clean house. There's some certain truth to that. On one side, yeah, fans might want to clean house and start with a new coach. Fine. But I say to you guys out there, it hasn't happened yet, right? You got a 4-year deal. You got a 4-year deal of Mike Tomlin. And this is the process, right? If you win these games and sure we play a bit better, then everyone's quiet. But you lose these games and Mike Tomlin gets thrown on the bus again. But I'm going back to I'm reading all these comments. I think they're fantastic. So this guy says, man, Kenny was sure the problem, huh? Absolute dumpster fire. 2 starting quarterbacks produce 3 points. Josh Allen would have had this team buried by 21 at halftime. Well, too bad we didn't play. Both teams didn't play the starters that much. Can't wait till this team goes 5-12 with nobody to point their fingers at. Steelers front office is a wasteland. Art 2 has driven this franchise into the ground. So this bloke has definitely given up. He's saying the Steelers are going to go 5-12. I don't think they're going to go 5-12. I think they figure it out. It's preseason, and even next week they could lose, and they still figure it out. They'll figure it out versus the Falcons, and we'll see what happens. Right? It's preseason. It's okay. It's fine. You work through the bad times. Last season, what we saw was Kenny Pickett going crazy hype, and yeah, that was fun. And now we've got to work through the adversity, right? And you still got to support your team. But if you want to say it's a dumpster fire and it's all over, that's on you. That's up to you. Yeah, Kenny was a problem. Kenny looks bad over with the Eagles too. Don't get me wrong. Front office is a wasteland and driven the franchise into the ground. The team stings, no O-line. Well, give it time. You'll be right, mate. Don't worry. No playoffs come for sure. Unwatchable with 7 likes. Hooly dooly. There's the always next year. Keep hiring off race and no qualification and see results. I don't believe that's true. Let's see how people. Yeah. Let's see how everyone overreacts and wants to fire coach over a preseason. That is absolutely comical as well. A lot of the fan base does want to fire the coach over a preseason game. But if you were to fire the coach today, who steps in? What coach would step in at this point, going in 2 weeks to go into our Atlanta Falcons game? What coach is going to step up? Do you then have to promote Arthur Smith up from OC to head coach? Let's say they do it. Let's say they go on fire. Let's say they go on fire Mike Tomlin, right? They fire Mike Tomlin tomorrow. That was the worst performance in preseason. Art Rooney says he stinks. He's over it. He's sick of the frustration. He's over losing, over team not being prepared. Then what is the roll-on effect? The roll-on effect is they'd have to probably promote Arthur Smith from OC to head coach. Then who would step up then to be the OC? Right? There's a roll-on effect where you just don't do it as a businessman, and for the organization, it's not going to happen, right? But fans are frustrated. They are definitely frustrated. I just find some of these things really wild. Russell Wilson was no better than Mitch Trubisky. That's pathetic. Give it time, mate. You'll be right. Maybe they should stop practicing. They'll play better. Awful. Bad coaching. No discipline. Lost this game again. I think people are reacting to this. This is like actual football when it's not. Preseason is evaluation. They suck. Mediocre Mike with no offense and can't get it done. How many seasons before this man's held accountable for his bad staff hires and no answers? Tomlin, stop talking. So tired of you BS. Thanks for ruining a great franchise. Oof. Tomlin is getting a lot of heat. A lot of heat. It's unreal. Absolutely unreal. Going to echo everyone else here. Add something else. O-line was awful. And yeah, that's true. The O-line was bad. And the defense was pretty bad too. I agree with that. Embarrassing NFL product snooze fest. Yeah, the game was pretty tiresome. It was pretty boring to watch, but it was fun to be in the live chat. Is there any positive comments? I can't see any positive comments in here at all. Tomlin's way is pure mediocre at this point. He has to make OC calls, plays to push the ball down the field. Can't win with that. Predictable garbage. Worse than last season. That's scary. Based off 2 preseason games. Mediocre Mike. Quick to point fingers at his players for being JV. Yet he never points responsibility to himself for being JV. That got 15 likes, 16 and 28 replies. Holy dooly. How is this the offensive production worse from last year? Tomlin is the problem. Interesting. Coach is coach, players play. Got to do better. I would love to hear someone explain the detail why this man has deserved an extension and pay raise. Pathetic. Here's one reason why Tomlin got a pay raise and extension. It's because he gets a team ready and gets a team ready to the playoffs and has a chance to win. I understand that the Steelers haven't won a playoff game in 7 years. That's all I've been hearing as a fan for the last 7 years. We haven't won one, right? But he gets them to the playoffs. He got Mason Rudolph to the playoffs. He won with Kenny Pickett. He was trying to win with Trubisky. He got through last season with this. We're in preseason football. It's okay. It's okay to calm down. The world's not on fire. It's not over. That's why he got the job, because he can get this team to the playoffs. What we really need to do is, you do want to see them win a playoff game so we can knock off that rust and get rid of that narrative. So people can stop complaining about, oh, he only gets us here. Yeah, I want to see it too. I'm a huge Mike Tomlin fan. I want to see him with TJ Watt get a win over the Chiefs, get a win over the Jags in a wild card game. I want to see if the Browns come to our house again, or the Bengals come to our house and we knock them off in the wild card or divisional round. I want to see them win a game. That's for sure, right? But there's a reason why he got an extension, because he's a good coach. He's a good coach for the team, and he's the coach for the next 4 years. All righty. Hooey dooey. This guy says Steelers are terrible and they suck so bad. They did. They definitely did. That's my point there too. None of this matters. It was crazy to see everyone crashing out over preseason week 2. Do I need to remind everyone? We went 4-0 in the preseason last year while Kenny Pickett looked like Joe Montana. Well, we went 3-0, not 4-0, but I like your point. Oh my goodness. This bloke here says, great, another 9-7 season at best. So middle of the pack. Oh my. Steelers in trouble. 2 quarterbacks who both look like backups. Maybe a 3-4 team. Okay. Alrighty. 3-14 season. Do you really think the Steelers would only win 3 games? Who do we beat? Maybe the Browns or Bengals. Maybe we beat, I don't know, the Jets, and that's it. And everyone else beats us. We lose 14 games and we get the number 1 overall pick. That's not going to happen. We are not going to lose 14 games. Here comes Mike T's first losing season, folks. Get ready. Steelers need to ask for a better QB. Oh my goodness. This isn't a playoff team. O-line forever trash. Broderick Jones has got to go. Broderick Jones got to go. They're not going to get rid of Broderick Jones. That's not happening. This is really fun. Oh my goodness. Holy dooly. Mike Tomlin run off all the good coaches he had, but Mike is a top 3 coach in the league. Laugh out loud. Far out. Looks like a 3-14 season. The starter's going to play the first half next week. We'll see what happens. Mark, watching everyone overreact to preseason games always amuses me. Okay. We'll end there. Let's end there. Let's end there. The last one. Watching everyone overreact to preseason games always amuses me. Let's come back. It also amuses me too. I get it. Everyone has a keyboard. Everyone can write comments. But do we really? We see some problems. We see problems with the O-line. We see problems with quarterback. We see problems with the running game. We see problems with all these things, right? It's one. I guess 2 kind of not the best games, bad games, and it's preseason football. And we're all just saying now it's going to be a 3-14 season, or the team that some of the fan base online, some of the most vocal now, are really frustrated, the angry fan base. And you can be angry, it's fine. But are we just going to throw our cards in and say it's all over before we even verse the Falcons? We haven't even finished the 3rd game yet, and that in terms versus the Detroit Lions, right? We're not even sure how many starters will play in the 3rd game versus the Lions. Does Russell Wilson play some snaps? Is this it? Are we a trash team? Are we a terrible team? Because based off, we scored 3 points today. I find these things really weird, man. I really do. I think the comments go wild. I think the fan base starts to they see the overall product on the field and they overreact really quick. as fast as I overreacted last year in terms of Kenny Pickett, thinking, oh, he's going to have a big year, it's the exact same way I think on the negative side. Everyone overreacts to the point of like, what we saw today was bad, really bad. So let's go fire the coach. Let's throw Mike Tomlin under the bus. Let's throw all his coaches under the bus. Let's throw Danny Smith under the bus. Let's throw all the players. Let's get rid of Broderick Jones, trade him away. You know, there's all, sometimes you have to got to deal with defeat. And here we are just complaining, oh, it's all over. It's over. Just end it. It's crap. These honest to goodness, these comments on there, they're a bit sad and they're wild. They're totally wild. And everyone's feel free to have your opinion. Same on my video now too. I'm on the internet, have opinion. Just don't throw me under the bus or call me an idiot or whatever you do. You can say the Steelers suck. I don't care. You can say the Pittsburgh Steelers suck 100%. But if you start attacking me, then I'll ban your comment. But you can talk about the team, how they suck, this sucks, whatever sucks, right? They all suck. Say the Ravens suck, Bengals suck, Browns suck. Everyone sucks. I understand the frustration because what we saw was a piss poor performance. But to overreact and say Mike Tomlin should be gone or this offense will do nothing all season or the quarterback's washed up or we don't have any quarterbacks on the roster. No one's there. Do we not want to face a little bit of adversity to move through this and go on the journey that is our season 2024? We wait all year. We wait all year for football. And the minute we see some adversity where we lose a game by 6 points and we get a field goal, Chris Boswell missed one. You know, that's who cares? You miss one, you get the next one. Face a little bit of adversity, and some of the fan base checks out and said, this is the worst team I've ever seen in my life. They need to go fire Mike Tomlin. They need to bring back Bill Cowher. They need to bring back Big Ben out of retirement. This is the worst team I've ever seen. Can we not face a little bit of adversity? Just a little bit. And then kind of work through things and watch the team go from this maybe average looking team offensive line to learning and getting better and playing for one another and gelling and becoming physical and running. And we didn't see a whole game. We only saw a few drives and a few players do certain things in individual performances. We didn't really see them gel as a team or play really the whole game. And yet everyone's counting them out from this point. It's now a 3-14 season. The season's over. And this stuff, it never ceases to amaze me that when you see these things happen and we do lose a game like that, even in preseason, there's the fire Tomlin crowd or the burn it down crowd or the torches and pitchforks and go after the quarterback because he played lousy football. Yeah, you can be critical. Be very critical of what Russell Wilson did or Justin Fields did or how they didn't, create any splash plays or touchdowns and like that. But also realize too that at the very start of things, it's preseason football and they're still learning how to play as a team. And a lot of these guys have only been playing together from training camp in July, right? It's not like we're sitting here in December and we're 0-11. We're 0-0 and the season hasn't even started yet. I don't know. But what do I know? I'm just an Australian bloke who should be following Aussie rules and not talking anything about the Steelers or NFL because I know absolutely nothing. And I know nothing about being competitive or dealing with a loss or also dealing with a win. I know absolutely nothing at all. But the one thing I do know is that I love my team. I can't wait to watch them play this year. I'm really excited about our Steelers and the direction they're going. I think Omar Khan had a really good offseason in terms of getting players like Queen, getting other dudes like Deshaun Elliott, Johnson the punter. I'm excited about Wilson and Fields, learning more about this offense and becoming hopefully QB1 for Wilson. And then we have a backup in Fields and those fellas playing some good football. I'm excited for the whole year. I'm excited for Najee. I'm excited for Warren. I'm excited for this direction this team is going in terms of, yes, we have Mike Tomlin for the next 4 years. I'm a huge Mike Tomlin fan, and I do want to see him go and get another ring and move this team into the playoffs and get a W. I'm excited for TJ Watt and his backup, Herbig and Highsmith on the edge. And I'm excited for Cameron Hayward to go into his last few years. I'm excited for Keanu Benton to step up into his kind of role and Ogunjobi and those guys on the line. I'm excited as as an overall team sense, I think this team can be something special if they start to play and gel and play good football. But there's going to be speed humps along the way. It's not going to be picture perfect from the very start where you see a 90-yard bomb or a 50-yard bomb to Pickens and he runs in the field and gets a TD and it's all happy smiles everywhere, all around Steeler Nation. There's going to be a lot of adversity, a lot of challenges, a lot of new things, a lot of new pieces in this team. So I'm happy to go on this journey that is the 18th of August, and we're only a few weeks away from Steelers football versus the Falcons. And they've had a key pieces. They have Kirk Cousins, and I want to see a big matchup where Warren is healthy and he's running and getting 45 to 90 yards, and Najee Harris is getting 2 TDs. I want to see that, right? I want to see the offensive line gel as well. With maybe they do put Broderick Jones at left tackle, and people were saying that Dan Moore's not the best player, but he played okay football today or yesterday, right? I don't know. All this kind of stuff, it just gets me a bit it's just a bit wild to me. The fact that we're going after the team and the players, and it's one game, and they're having a huge overreaction in terms of the players in 2 drives or 5 plays or 7 things that happened. A huge overreaction, and maybe forecasting to the future that the Steelers season is now over. 3-14 Steelers, number 1 overall draft pick. Pack it up. Tank for Tua. It's all over. Check in, check out. All right? You check out, it's done. That's the bit I don't really understand. It's like, okay, can we not handle a loss or figure out why we could be losing? Yeah, it could be the O-line. Could be the run defense didn't show any grit or physicality, and maybe because they were the 3rd and 4th stringers. Maybe they're just not played. Maybe the other side, in some sense, maybe the other side, the Buffalo Bills, were just a better team. Maybe their team wanted it more. They wanted to play better football, hit stronger, and they wanted to win. I saw big Darnell Washington. He manhandled a guy on his rep, and it was fantastic. But on the other side, I saw Broderick Jones get pushed back on ice skates. That's football. That to me is football, right? Overall, it's one big dude versus another big dude, another big guy carrying a rock through a line of big dudes. And who's going to have the better take? Who's going to have the better hit? Who's going to run someone over, get a first down? Who's going to do a play action pass to Connor Haywood and move the sticks? And we're all sweet, right? It's football. That's why we love football. It's someone hitting someone really hard like Mark Robinson. There were some positives today. Mark Robinson, or yesterday, as I'm filming a day in advance. But it's not time to give up on the season. That's wild to me, dude. That's overly wild and crazy to me. That it's fire Mike Tomlin season. It's fire the coach. Arthur Smith isn't the guy. We don't have this. We don't have that. Our team sucks. Yeah, we suck. We suck today. But it doesn't mean we're going to suck tomorrow, right? All right. I think I'm done. Hooey Dooey University. Thank you, everyone, for checking out Steeler Nation Australia and Hooey Dooey University. All righty, guys. I'll see you later. Here we go,